You see, every death in custody, if it's in police custody, or if it's in prison, or if it's in some mental asylum, then an inquest to find out how, in what circumstance the man died is mandatory. However, immigration detention centers are not covered. It's not covered by Section 334 of the CPC. So therefore, you have a situation where it's a lacuna in the law. There is a gap. There is no mandatory provision under the law for people who die in immigration centers to be investigated. No mandatory section. So the only way somebody's death in custody, for example, in immigration centers, is investigated if there is a public outcry, and then the Aegis chambers will move for an inquest. That's the only way. Otherwise, it will not happen. Even in cases where people die in police custody, prison, or mental asylum in this country, half the time it doesn't happen. Although it's a mandatory provision, half the time or more than half the time, it doesn't happen. Okay? It is a fact. These are numbers that are given in Parliament itself. Out of 110, 80 cases are not investigated via an inquest. Although it is mandatory section, it is a mandatory provision pursuant to Section 334 of the CPC for an inquest in police custody. Someone dies in police custody, someone dies in prison, someone dies in a mental asylum. It is a mandatory provision, but unfortunately it does not happen. According to the statistics that has been given in Parliament, it is a fact that more Malays die in custody. So it is a myth to say Indians die more. This issue affects all Malaysians. It does not matter whether you're Malay, Chinese, or Indian. It's not race biased in any way. So I think we should stop seeing this problem from the perspective of race. We should see this as a Malaysian problem. It can happen to any one of us, and we should take all the proper steps to put a stop to these deaths in custody.